Hello. Today I want to share one of my favorite activities, and I call it excellent expressions. I developed it, almost 15 years ago, and kids loved it. And obviously the goal is to understand if they know equivalent expressions. So let's get started. I have a bag of eggs. What's great is you can get a ton of these, particularly during the spring season and for Easter. And let me go ahead and dump these out. Of course, you see that we have to have some type of control mechanism, because if not, there will be eggs everywhere. And so for me, generally when I get the eggs, I will also purchase a basket, but I use this basket also for larger group activities. And then I just dump the eggs in there. Let me speed this up. Yeah, I'm that fast. Okay, so the other thing is go ahead and get some equivalent expressions. Real talk, chat GPT, baby, because I know as a math teacher, I can check the work, right? We always want to check whatever LLM is putting out. You will have to separate the eggs generally because they're attached, a little plastic. It's not too hard, but necessary, because a part of the goal is to ensure that the eggs are separated. And then when we put them back together, which we're doing now, we'll put different expressions on them. So then students will attach and reattach the pieces of the egg in order to match the equivalent expressions. And so here I'm just, choosing different colors to put them together. I do that in advance just to help, because then it's easier, particularly with the list, to write the different expressions on there. Once you get enough done, for this basket I'm doing today, I'm doing like 5 or 6 eggs. You definitely want to get the smaller basket that to create the activity. That's going to help you get a measure of organization. So let me go ahead and get that basket and put together now before we move forward. So now we have our basket where we're going to create this activity. A great thing about this is obviously go ahead and get that permanent marker. I prefer the fine tip, not ultra fine, in order to write, because even with this one, you can mess up a little bit, and it's okay, because that is not a parentheses, but we're gonna try. One of the great things about this is you can actually have kids do their own eggs, and they're engaged because it's their work. And so that's another thing that I love to do. Let me speed this up again real quick, because I am fast, just to see the expressions, and then we can get into the rest of the activity. So now what we're going to do is we have our basket, we have our eggs done with our expressions. Let's go ahead and get the grass going. This is also, again, pretty available now. I say even if you're going to use it next season, go ahead and grab that Easter grass now, spring grass, and put enough in the basket to fill it up so that we're able to add the other components. Now, generally the eggs will already be together. This was just a loose one that got out. And so then we just start positioning them. For this one, it looks like it's going to fit about 5. So I'm going to put 5 of the eggs in there. I can make as many as I like, but for this one, I'll use 5. When I'm doing a bigger basket, and perhaps I'll do another video with how to decorate a bigger basket for like large groups in this activity, because it works just as well. But the goal is to create something fun for the kids. And again, if you're at home, this is definitely an activity I would say have the kids do. Have them generate their own eggs and put together their own baskets to kind of test their knowledge and to have a little bit of fun, because this doesn't take a lot of time. What I'm doing now is just adding some decoration pieces here. I'm, adding a bit of flowers. Obviously these are fake flowers, but just to give it a little bit more pop. This is something that is inexpensive, yet it really packs an impact. The kids, when I did in a classroom, they'd be like, oh my gosh, what is this? Now, one downside is sometimes the kids didn't want to like do the activity because they're like, oh, it's so cute. And I'm like, no, because you can put it back together and remix it the way that you want to after you finish the eggs. And obviously when they were doing their own activities, it worked out even better because they were able to create their own numbers and expressions and decorate the baskets in the way that they saw fit. And so it made it really nice, a really nice activity. So depending on, you know, how big you want to go, there's opportunities, whether it's homeschool, whether it's tutoring. And so, like I said, just adding a little bit of decoration here, adding a couple bunnies. Does it have any mathematical value? No. Does it increase the engagement and wow factor? 1,000, 10,000, quadrillion %. So I just like to add these little touches. Again, really simple, but I don't know, I've always sensed when I did this activity that kids saw it as a way of me caring about not only them personally, but about the way that they learned. And so that's why these little simple touches, some little nuggets, I would hide other things in there as well, just to make it exciting. And so this is the basket. Let's talk about the cost. $125 for some decorations, basket $125, the bunnies $125, the Easter grass $125, the smaller basket for the activity we just did $125, other decorations $125, eggs $125. $8.75 plus tax, under $10. You can have an amazing activity. I hope you enjoy creating excellent expressions as much as I did, sharing it with you and being able to reminisce about all the years I created this with my students. And in fact, I'm going to use this with some of the students I'm tutoring right now. If you don't want to use equivalent expressions, this type of activity can range anything from matching patterns, addition, subtract, any operations. It's really up to what you want to create and what you want kids to learn or how you want them to share their knowledge. So you can start by heading to the store with your $10 or less for this activity. You can start by just sitting down. Either you create it or have students create it, which is much more fun. Trust me on this. And thrive by having an activity that students will love and that they will remember for years to come. Thank you, and I'll see you again soon.